Hi, my name is Bailey. I love to build in The Sims 4. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a regular around here. I love autumn and I started planning my autumn content in August. Yeah, but I feel like, and there's no shade here, it's just an observation, that most autumnal content tends to be in the same style. It tends to be these really beautiful orange and brown American suburban family homes. And they're beautiful, but I didn't feel like I could do anything different. I didn't feel like I could say anything new. So for the builds that I have planned for this month, with a couple exceptions, I think just one exception, I tried to think outside of the box. So this first one is autumnal, but make it pink. I feel like we never get to see beautiful pink homes that are decked out for different seasons, so I'll probably make one for the winter holidays as well, that is pink. I think that'd be really fun. I feel like we see pink summer homes and we see pink spring homes, but we needed a pink autumnal home. So it's this beautiful pink Victorian, I mean, it's kind of Victorian. It's like New Orleans Victorian-ish, kind of. I don't know. I just started using items and then whatever looked pretty we put on top. So it's probably a conglomeration, I don't know what fancy word I'm trying to use. And yeah, it's cute. I had a lot of fun finding different autumnal themed items to use from the gallery that people put the custom paintings up. Maybe you don't know. People put custom paintings up on the gallery and it doesn't count as custom content. And it's just a way to sort of add some variety to your game and make things look different. I tried to pick ones that weren't too, not Maxis match. There is one that's it's got a phrase that's like happy autumn or it's autumn or something, and it's written in English. And that was the one exception, and it's small and it's in the corner and it's just got a really cute pumpkin on it, so I used it. But if you don't like non-Simlish items, I totally get it. I'm usually the same way, and you can just delete that item. What else can I talk about? This person really likes autumn and Halloween, so they've got lots of pumpkins everywhere and candles and autumnal looking plants, and it's on the outside but it's also on the inside. Every room has a little bit of something. And then I was trying to think, I built this actually in the same save as my upside down house, and so I kind of fell in line with a similar idea that a witch lives here, but no one really admits to themselves that she's a witch. So she's got a cute little office witchy room on the very top floor, and it's very cute. But I like to think that she's, she sells the locals lotions and I don't know, nice smelling candles or herbs, or she's more of a healer. She's a good witch, a nature witch. But yeah, it's cute. It was fun. Everything's pink. Even the inside's pretty pink. Lots of nifty knitting stuff. There's a craft office room situation. I'm gonna be totally honest. Sometimes when I'm doing interiors, I feel like I'm not always great at keeping them cohesive throughout the whole space. Usually because I don't build in one session, I build in multiple sessions. And I do worry with this build that happened a little bit, but I think it's cutesy and it's fine and it all works out great. I like the garden space. Got a nice big garden for growing plants, and I think there's a little sitting area. There might be a swing, I'm not sure. This is a 2-bedroom. It's got a master bedroom and a kid's bedroom. The kid's bedroom is decorated pretty feminine. 3 bathrooms, 1 on the main floor. You have to go through the kitchen, and so sometimes I think too hard about floor plans, and I try to think about convenience of getting to different spaces, and as a person visiting this house, what would it be like? But then the style of the house, this old kind of rickety style, the floor plans don't always make the most sense, and they're not always totally convenient. So I decided, having to walk through the dining room, into the kitchen, past the kitchen, into like a weird greenhouse space, sunroom thing, and then into the bathroom. I decided that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but that's okay. It's okay. They can always go upstairs if they don't want to go through the kitchen. I love the kitchen. I love how the kitchen turned out. I love teeny tiny kitchens. I think they're really fun. And I cluttered it up, and it's got little glass jars and candles, and yeah, I don't know, this house is just really cute and cozy. I think I go back and forth on like what my dream house would be. I love the idea of buying an older home, especially something like this where it's a really old, eclectic style, not necessarily the most intuitive floor plan, because I think that adds to the character and like the coziness of it. And I just know that like hanging out in this house would be so cozy and comfortable. But also, it would be very small. And I don't necessarily need a lot of space. I just mean like the way that these houses were designed, they didn't use the space wisely necessarily. And so, I don't know, I just feel like the really closed off floor plans, it almost feels like a waste of space sometimes. Whereas an open floor plan, there's just so much more flexibility, and you can adapt it to your own like needs and wants and hobbies. I don't know. I don't think I have one particular dream house. I think I have many. I just love homes and buildings and architecture, and I love reorganizing a space, and I love so many different types of styles. There's not really a style I hate. There might be like aspects of it that I'm not thrilled about, but I don't think I hate any. So I don't know. I don't know if I have a dream house. I'm sorry that this is not the finale to the Let's Build a Mediterranean Bath. I actually was lucky and privileged enough that I was able to get a new computer, but it's not here yet. And my editing software, as I use it right now on my laptop, it basically shuts down like every 5 to 6 minutes while I'm editing. So I have to save frequently and restart frequently, like the program. And it takes a lot of time to edit videos, which is fine because I like editing videos and I like posting videos and sharing them. But it does take a long time, and school has started up for me. So instead of struggling to put out the finale so that it's out in a timely manner, I'm waiting for my technology to get here so that I can make the video faster, even if it's put out later. Does that make sense? Probably makes sense. So instead, you get a speed build, and on Sunday, you're getting an earring haul video, which I wasn't planning on that being like a video. I was planning on making that like a special bonus video, but I just have a lot of homework to do this week. I didn't realize the classes I signed up for were gonna be as dense as they are. One of them seems pretty straightforward. I have some like tests that we're taking, and that's most of our grade, like tests and then coming to class. But one of my other classes is a lab class, and even though he's giving me a waiver so I don't have to go on campus because I'm at risk, I'm disabled and at risk, and I don't have a car, so I'm not gonna ride public transportation even if the lab is empty. Not gonna ride the bus, sorry. But he's letting me, I'm just gonna do the analysis portion, but like for that class we have a 15 to 20 page paper as our final, and so like I need to get started on it now. So like I'm low-key stressed about it. I didn't realize he was gonna have us do such a long paper. I've never written a paper that large. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been in college for a long time because I kept changing my mind about what major I wanted to do, or I took time off to work, or I took time off because I was sick. So I've been in college for a very long time. I've been to 2 different colleges now. I've had a range of teachers, and I've never had to write a paper that long, ever. The longest paper I've ever written was 10 pages. Although because it was me, it was like 11 pages. So I'm nervous and I'm anxious, and especially because it's so long and I don't even get to do the experiments. I like read someone else's experiment notes. I'm a little anxious for me specifically that I'm not going to have like enough understanding of the content because I don't get to be hands-on. But I don't know. We'll get to that bridge when we get there. And then my third class that I'm taking is a lot more reading and writing heavy than I realized. I knew it was a writing credit class, but I've taken writing credit classes before and they still didn't have that much writing. And this one has like 6 essays and a lot of reading. But that one's interesting. My third class is interesting because it's about like representation in art and media. So we get to study different like art movements that have happened through the 1900s until now, and the context and the politics involved. And I'm really interested in that. I think that'll be really cool. It's just this first week we're talking about like how women are represented in the media, and as a woman who's paid a lot of attention to art history and feminism issues in politics, I'm very aware. I'm very aware how women are represented in the media, and it's hard to swallow my pride and my knowledge and be humble sometimes when a man is teaching me about how women are just represented for beauty and not for anything they can contribute, because, sir, I know. I know. I've lived it, good sir. It's not his fault. He's doing the best he can as a dude. Whatever. I don't know. I'm more excited about my lab class content than the other classes because I'm learning about different archaeological dating methods, which is really cool. And like how we can know how old something is, or like the flaws of those systems and the mechanics. But as much as I am a scientist, I am a social scientist. So sometimes when he starts going into like the quantum mechanics of things, my brain just kind of wants to melt. And I don't, as much as my pride wants to say I understand, I don't understand. He started talking about quarks and I wanted to cry. But I was on Zoom, so I could not. So I did not. I have that class today, actually, busting out some video stuff beforehand because I can't focus on the reading for my other classes. And that's just my life right now, is going to people's streams and trying to participate, but also trying to catch up on homework, but brain melting from homework, but also wanting to work on content. And I really just want to work on content. Making content is so much more rewarding than I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew I would probably like it. I like being social. I like sharing with people. I like learning from people. There's a reason that I study people as my degree, and that before that I was an actress, which is just another way of studying people. But I didn't expect to love the technical aspects as much. I mean, like, it's hard and my brain hurts, and learning about analytics is really intimidating, and always trying to stay humble but ambitious is a delicate balance, and having a presence on social media is really scary, and sometimes you say the wrong thing, and sometimes there are misunderstandings because there's only so many characters and you can't always interpret tone accurately or as someone wishes you did. So it can be really scary and stressful, and there's definitely been some of that. But also, I've made some incredible new friends, and I've learned so much. And my brain thinks differently now since joining the community, and that's so freaking cool. Yeah, if you're thinking of starting a channel, just do it. And I think one of the reasons it's intimidating is because you don't want to fail. And that's one of the reasons I put it off for so long. For 5 years. I bought my microphone 5 years ago, and I've just been talking myself up to finally putting out content. And the idea that you could start something and people in your life find out, but even strangers find out, and then you end up not liking it, and you have to admit that you don't want to do it anymore. That in itself is really scary, but it doesn't have to be. And something I've been trying to tell myself from the beginning is if I don't like it and I want to stop, I'm not quitting. I've learned what I've learned and I'm moving on to the next thing. And I really try to keep that mentality for most things in life, especially like relationships and friendships. You know, in the past year, there have been a lot of social issues that have popped up and really shown me, I don't want to say the true nature, but maybe the less obvious nature of people who I was close to. And I've had to distance myself from those people now, and those friendships, unfortunately, some of them have ended. And it's recognizing that I'm not giving up on that person. They're not giving up on me. We shared time in our life together, but eventually it's just not worth the energy or stress on either end to invest in that person anymore. And I think that's really hard. We sell this like fairy tale of happily ever after, but it's not just to love. Like, we apply that to friendships and we apply that to jobs and hobbies, that you pick this thing when you're a kid and if it's right, it sits with you forever. And I think for most of us, that's not what happens. I think that is the minority. I think for most of us, we shift and we ebb and flow and we try new things out, and some things overlap and some things don't, and we keep some aspects and we let go of others. And I think that should be okay, and I think we should normalize it, and I think we shouldn't be so scared of change. Like, it's such a stereotype, especially like as a kid reading books and stuff. Kids' books and teen books do this a lot, where like the friends outgrow each other and there's always a fight and someone always says, you've changed, I don't even know who you are anymore. And it's seen as like this really horrible negative thing, but it's okay to change. The difference in being able to keep those people in your life forever is that you were able to accept their changes and they were able to accept yours. One of my best friends and I are dramatically different than who we were when we first met, which was about 10 years ago. We are not the same people at all. And it's the fact that our friendship is still strong is like, yes, in part due to like similar interests, but a lot of it is because we were able to accept each other's shifting interest. When we first graduated high school, she went off to a university to study veterinary science, and now she's a graphic designer. And I study archaeology, but I started out as an actress, and now I'm making Sims content in addition to my archaeology, and she's just embraced it. She's not going to question it. She didn't go, "Are you still doing archaeology?" That she recognizes that my interests are varied and expansive and that they overlap, but they all are their own thing too, and they all bring me joy. And I think that's the most we can ask for, is to try to find something that brings us joy. Whether or not it brings us monetary benefit is a different thing. Don't even get me started on monetizing all of our hobbies. But yeah, so there's Rayleigh's thought bubble for the day. It's okay to change. It's okay to shift. It's okay to adapt and change your mind about ideas, concepts, your favorite color, big social issues. It's okay to gather new information and change your mind as you learn, because that's kind of what you're supposed to do. That's the point of gaining new information, is to change your opinion based on what you know. Oh my God, Frederick is scritching and scratching at the wall. If this is your first video of mine, hi, thank you for listening to me ramble. You made it 19 minutes into the video. I'm not being condescending. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Frederick, the scritching, I'm referring to the squirrel living in my wall. His name is Frederick. We had maintenance people come this week actually, and they asked if we were still hearing him. He's been in the wall for almost 2 months now, I think. And we said, yeah, no, he's still there. And they were like, oh. So apparently they're going to spray squirrel mace in the area that he, in theory, crawls into the wall. But As far as I know, they're not going to hurt him. They're not going to set any traps or anything. Pretty sure he's one of the like native squirrels, so there's like laws about what they're allowed to do to him. But yeah, I think my wife is emotionally attached to him, to be honest. She says hello to him all the time. And for the most part, I don't mind him. Like, he's gotten a lot more polite about the scratching and sawing happening at nighttime. So he's not waking us up anymore, which I appreciate. Thanks, Frederick. But when I am trying to record a video or study and do like a deep study session, I would really appreciate for it to not sound like a squirrel is doing major house renovations inside my wall. I don't really think that's too much to ask, but I don't know how to communicate with a squirrel, so yeah, it's been an adventure. This is such a long video. Oh my god, really? You couldn't cut it down a little bit more? I did a lot of little details in this video, and I still haven't, I've been making videos for 6 months now, but I still haven't figured out a good balance of what to keep and what to cut out. It's all a learning process. Oh, I put a lot of tombstones in the front. I hope you enjoyed that. I wanted it to look a little spooky. And some of the plants that you see me placing in this video are actually not there. Because I wanted to make sure that this build looked good in the other seasons too, not just autumn. So I put it in spring and I got rid of a couple bushes just because it looked a bit overwhelming. So if it looks different if you download this, that is why. I don't know if this has been uploaded to the gallery or not at the time that you see this video. If I remember to upload it tonight, which is Tuesday for me, then it will be uploaded for you, which is sometime after Wednesday, possibly in 6 years. Hello, what is it like? Did COVID ever end? I hope so. Better have ended in 6 years. Yikes. I've been talking for 20 minutes, so I'm a little exhausted. I was asking on Twitter the other day what snacks people have next to their bed, and I got so many comments about none, because I don't want crumbs in my bed. And all I have to say to that is you just brush the crumbs out of your bed and vacuum regularly. What about that is difficult? Don't you want to have snacks? I eat a lot of snacks. Next to my desk right now, I have a box of Irish shortbread cookies, a box of Nilla wafers, a bag of pretzels, and I think a bag of salt and vinegar Lay's. You know, just covering like the 4 different tastes: butter, salt, vinegar, Nilla wafers. Oh, and I have a giant carton of goldfish next to my bed, like one of those giant family cartons. Oh, and I have a box of Wheat Thins. I eat a lot of crackers. I'm not great at eating meals, so we try to make it so that at least I'm surrounded by snacks and I'll eat snacks. But one of my goals for this month is to eat 3 meals a day. I did eat breakfast today, so I'm really proud of that. You need to understand. I ate breakfast before noon today. That's a big deal. I'm so proud of myself. It means I have to eat lunch and dinner. God, it sounds exhausting. Eating just is exhausting to me. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Oh, I think we're coming up at the screenshot soon. So, okay, let me wrap this up a little bit, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me that y'all sit through my videos and hang out with me as I chat and the comments you leave. But even if you don't leave comments, I need you to know how much I appreciate you, how much this has given me a sense of routine, a sense of purpose, honestly, something to work on and create and put my heart into. And I hope that you feel that. I hope that you can feel it when you watch these. I hope you can feel the love in my heart. And I'm so excited to get my new computer so that I can make higher quality editing choices, and hit subscribe if you haven't so you can stick around, and hit the bell because that's the thing people say, and then you can be notified when I post videos. I try to post every Wednesday and Sunday around 9 a.m. Pacific to Coastal Time, Pacific Standard Time. I don't know which one it is. The one for Los Angeles. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Happy autumn!